its heart today to act as host to the 21st Annual Cotton Bowl Classic between the midshipmen of the United States Naval Academy and the Rice Owls. Regulus II, one of Navy's proven missiles, seems to foretell the offensive power of hard-hitting Navy. The Rice Owls, the Southwest Conference champions for 1957, welcome the middies of the Naval Academy, Lambert Trophy winners, to today's Cotton Bowl Classic. There's a capacity crowd in attendance to watch these two teams pit their football skills against each other. Down on the field, the midshipmen on hand prepare to act as a welcoming committee for their classmates, complete with banners and enthusiasm. The Navy footballers charge out onto the field. Navy comes into the Cotton Bowl game with a record of 7 wins, 1 tie, and 1 defeat in the past season. Navy has never lost in bowl competition. Under the capable direction of head coach Eddie Erdelatz, the Navy team can boast of having one of the top teams in the nation. They're dressed in their favorite powder blue jerseys. These are the ones they wore when they defeated Army in the big one for Navy each and every year. Tony Anthony, the big tackle, number 76, adjusts his headgear. Number 58 is Bob Reef-Snyder, Navy's All-America candidate. And there's next year's captain, Dick Dagempat, with Billy the 14th and Jim Martinez, Navy tackle. Here come the Rice Owls. This Rice team, under Coach Jess Neely, should offer plenty of tough competition today. In addition to having captured the Southwest Conference Championship, they go into this bowl game with an unmarred record for bowl competition. Nearing game time, referee Albie Booth, former All-American from Yale, talks to the two team captains. Navy captain, number 27, Ned Oldham, wins the toss. Rice captain is number 26, King Hill. Let's try to pick up referee Albie Booth's instructions through the walkie-talkie mic.
Put your backs to those goals, please. Navy has won the toss and has elected to receive. Rice will defend this goal.
We're all set. The captains shake hands. The officials get set to take their positions. Navy will receive, and we're lining up for the kickoff. All-American quarterback King Hill kicks off. Oldham, Welborn, and Hurst are deep. Ball is taken by Welborn. He fumbles, picks it up, breaks up the middle, and still on his feet is hit and finally goes down on the 34-yard line. He's tackled by Jones. It's 1st and 10 for Navy on their own 34-yard line. Billy the Goat approves and says, "Let's go, Navy." And here they go. Forrestal on a keeper fakes to the fullback, has an opening and breaks to the outside into Rice territory, moving to the 47-yard line. Williams and Good made the tackle. It's 1st and 10 for Navy. Here's Forrestal calling signals. He hands off to Welborn, and Welborn is tripped up by Gorgeous, who wasn't fooled by that trap. It loses a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Flanker right is Hurst. Rice is in a 4-man line. Forrestal fakes and shoots one over the center of the line, complete down to the 30-yard line. McGraw made the tackle on the receiver, number 89, John Ruth. Time is called by Rice at this point. Then Rice recovers a Navy fumble on the next play, and now quarterback King Hill pitches back to Williams. He gets up to the 30-yard line. On the bottom of the pile is Tony Stremick, injured in practice. Stremick didn't expect to play today. Hill calling signals, keeps, goes, and picks up about a yard. Tony Stremick again made the tackle. 3rd and 6 for Rice on their own 31. A handoff to do it advances the ball to about the 35, but he's forced back inches short of a 1st down. Tony Anthony made the tackle. King Hill, Rice's versatile All-American back, punts the ball from his own 26-yard line. A beautiful, long spiral down to Navy Captain Ned Oldham on Navy's 10-yard line. He starts up the right side, is hit and dropped on the Navy 16. McGraw on the bottom of the pile, along with Gorges. Navy's ball on their own 16, first and 10. Forrestal rolls out and passes to Wellborn, who is hit and finally dropped on the 26-yard line. Williams and Gillis made the tackle on the play for Rice. Then with 3rd and 1.5, Forrestal hands off to Oldham. He fumbles. Rice recovers. Gorges got that one for the Rice Owls. Time now for Rice to take the offense. It's King Hill, the Rice quarterback, calling signals. Drops back to pass. A long one intended for the left end. Buddy Dial, but it's too far. Over his head. Incomplete. Oldham covered on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Rice. On 4th down, Hill pitches back to do it, but left tackle Bob Reefsnyder red dogs through and stops the drive of Rice. Navy takes over on its own 33. A penalty on the next play makes it 1st and 15 for Navy on the 23, and Forrestal rolls out, pitches back to Hurst, and Hurst gets up to the 34-yard line. Finally knocked down by Williams. 2 pass plays fail to connect, and on 4th down, Wellborn kicks a long spiral to do it. He catches the ball in the 22 and gets back up to the 30-yard line, where he's tripped up by Tony Stremick. The units change now with the Rice second unit, run by quarterback Frank Ryan. He keeps on the first play, rolls to the left, fumbles as he's hit. Brandquist recovers, and it's Navy's ball. No scores yet in the game. 5 minutes left in the first quarter. The Navy second unit with Tranchini quarterbacking. The handoff going to right halfback Brandquist. And he gets up to the 26-yard line before he's down. It'll be 2nd and 3. On a halfback delay, Brandquist goes all the way to the 12-yard line. Brought down by Williams. 1st and 10 for Navy. The Navy's deepest penetration of the afternoon. Tranchini calling signals. Hands off to halfback Brandquist, who moves into the 7-yard line. Make it 2nd and 4, Navy's ball, as they're looking toward that goal line. This time it's Brents, the ball carrier. Ryan comes in to make the tackle, and the loss is a yard on the play. That makes it 3rd and 5, the ball on the 8-yard line. Rice using a 9-man line. Long count. Tranchini pitches back to Brandquist, and he goes all the way to the 3-yard line. 4th down, 3 to go for a touchdown. Tranchini calls, a handoff goes to Al Swanson right into the middle, and he got that 1st down. He's close to the 1-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal to go. Brents, the ball carrier, fumbles on that play, but recovered his own fumble on the 1. No gain on the play. This time, Navy goes back into a huddle, lines up. Signals a call. The flanker on the right is Brandquist. Tranchini on the option goes in for the score. And Navy leads 6-0. Following the Rice fumble, Navy's second unit scored in 8 plays to take the lead over the Southwest Conference champions. Brandquist attempts the conversion. The kick is up, but it's off to the left. No good. So Navy leads Rice 6-0 with 48 seconds left in the first quarter. Navy fullback Al Swanson's kickoff is low and deep, and it's picked up by halfback Larry Dewitt on the 10-yard line. He gets back to the 21 where he's hit hard. That Navy line isn't fooling. That's the last play of the first quarter. Now it's 2nd and 5 after they change sides. Hill hands off to Larry Dewitt, who gets nowhere. Again, Tony Stremick was through there for the tackle. 3rd down and 6. Quarterback Hill hands off to Kelly, and Kelly is pushed back with Stremick again on the bottom of the pile. He was judged the outstanding lineman of the day in the Cotton Bowl. Hurst and Oldham are back as double safety men, and Hill kicks from his own 8-yard line. End over end, it bounces way past midfield, rolls down to the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Middies on their own 34. Forrestal calling signals. And it's a keeper play over the left side. He fakes to the halfback and himself picks up 3 yards on the play before being tackled by Claude Whitmire. 2nd and 7. Called back into the huddle. Navy quarterback Forrestal this time rolls out to the right, keeping the ball, and it's going to be 3rd and 4. Ball on the Navy 40-yard line. Here's Forrestal back to pass. Over the center of the line to Pete Jokanovic, who gets to the 43-yard line before he's tackled by King Hill. Navy on the attack again. Forrestal calls signals, fakes, rolls to the left, looks for a receiver, shoots one down the field, complete to Johnny Ruth. Williams made the tackle, finally, and it'll be 1st and 10 on the Rice 30-yard line. The Middies taking to the air for their first down. Forrestal gets the ball. There's the handoff to fullback Ray Walburn. Over the right guard spot, gains 5 yards before the tackle made by Whitmire. Forrestal hands off to Hurst, and he's hit and hit hard by Don Gillis for a 2-yard loss. It's 3rd and 7 for Navy. Hurst, the flanker, the man in motion, will be Ned Oldham, and there he goes. Forrestal shoots a little pass over the middle to Pete Jokanovic, the left end, and he moves down to the 23-yard line. It's not enough for a first down. 4th and 3. Coach Eddie Erdelatz watching this crucial call now. Forrestal calls signals against the right 7-man line. Here's the snap, a fake handoff. He rolls out to his right, shoots the pass to Wellborn. Navy fullback fights his way down to the Rice 13-yard line. Hill and Gillis make the tackle there. First down for Navy on the Rice 13. Rice goes to the pen, but there's Harry Hurst taking a pitch back from Tom Forrestal, and Hurst won't stop. He hustles right on into the end zone for the 2nd Navy touchdown. Forrestal holds, Oldham kicks, it's good. The score is Navy 13, Rice nothing. 8 minutes and 40 seconds left in the second quarter. After taking the kickoff, Rice couldn't move against the hard-charging Navy line and is forced to kick to Navy. And starting from the 21, Navy moves again toward the Rice goal line. Forrestal takes to Oldham, shot a pass over the center to Ruth, and he got to the 40-yard line where he's dropped by Ryan. This time, the Navy quarterback, Tom Forrestal, hands off to Oldham on a cross butt. He gets to the 36-yard line before being knocked down by Ryan. It's 1st and 10 for Navy. Referee Albie Booth positions the ball properly and calls time back in. We're ready to go. Here's Navy again. Forrestal drops back, moves to the left, passes out in the flat to Captain Ned Oldham. Bailey knocks him out of bounds on the 18-yard line of Rice. It's Navy driving, 1st and 10 on the Rice 18-yard line. Several plays later, with time running out in the first half, Bob Reefsnyder attempts a field goal. It's long enough, but it's off to the right and no good. The first half ends shortly thereafter, and the score is Navy 13, Rice nothing. Halftime activities for the 1957 Cotton Bowl game get started with the appearance of a contingent from the United States Naval Training Center in San Diego, California. This group, a precision drill team under the direction of Lieutenant Jacobson at the Naval Training Center, has performed before more than 2 million people and was brought out here today to add some Navy color to the festivities. Let's watch them as they perform their intricate maneuvers. Chief of Naval Operations, and Admiral Smedburn, Superintendent of the Naval Academy, are proud of their Navy team. The one on the field now and the one in the dressing room. Another real treat for all those present is the appearance of the Kilgore Rangerettes, a group of young ladies from nearby Kilgore College. These girls have performed from New York to Pasadena. The Kilgore Rangerettes were organized in 1940 by Miss Susie Nell Davis. This is their 18th year, a famed attraction from coast to coast. Now the combined salute by all bands and drill units present. This is a thrilling spectacle and was completely unrehearsed. That is, with the exception of one rehearsal prior to game time. The execution of the map of the United States gives us the thrilling picture we see here. That's about it for the halftime. The fans work their way back to their seats, and the teams are all set to come back to the field. We'll be ready for the kickoff to start the second half of the Cotton Bowl game. Here it is. Tackle Bob Snyder kicks deep, and the man back there is Larry Dewitt for Rice. He takes the ball, starts up the left side, is rolled out of bounds on the 24-yard line. Tom Forrestal took him out for the Navy. Ryan, the quarterback, fumbles as he goes into the center of the line, and Johnny Ruth recovers on the Navy 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for Navy on the Rice 20-yard line. Forrestal calls signals, hands off to fullback Wellborn, who's over the middle to the 19. Make it 2nd and 9 for Navy as we get into the early moments of the third quarter. Here's Forrestal pitching back to Ned Oldham, who moves all the way to the 10, the 5. He's over for a touchdown. That play covered 19 yards. And credit to Ray Wellborn for the blockage. Forrestal holds. Oldham kicks. It's up, and it's good. And it's now Navy 20, Rice nothing, with 12 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the third quarter. It didn't take the midshipmen long to move their margin up. Another touchdown. Back to the game. Here's the kickoff. Snyder again, booting deep with Ryan and Dewitt, the deep men. Ryan takes the ball on the 2-yard line. He's back to the 10, the 20, and finally down on the 27-yard line. Navy's left end, Pete Jokanovic, makes the tackle. 1st and 10 for Rice. Ryan running the ball club, hands off to his fullback Chilton into the right side. He gets to the 33. Tackled by Jokanovic and Oldham. Ryan handing off to halfback Dewitt. There's another fumble. Navy's left end, Pete Jokanovic, is on the ball like a cat on the 39-yard line. Navy's ball, 1st and 10. After an exchange of fumbles, Rice drove to Navy's 17-yard line, where they gave the ball back to Navy when 2 passes fell incomplete. Here's Navy quarterback Forrestal, calling the signals, getting the snap of the ball. He takes the handoff and shoots one over the center, completed to the right end on the 36-yard line. Forrestal, ball on the hip, rolls out to the left, throws downfield. The pass is intercepted by Williams. He gets knocked down on the 36-yard line. It's Rice's ball, 1st and 10 on the Navy 36. Ryan is the quarterback now. Navy in a 5-3 defense. Ryan rolls out. He's going to pass. Shoots downfield to Buddy Dial. His end. Tranchini makes the tackle. The ball is on the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for Rice on the Navy 24. Now the Rice Owls are beginning to move. Ryan rolling to the right. Passes down to the 19-yard line. The catch is made by Williams. The tackle by Swanson of Navy. Rice's ball on the Navy 19. Flanker is Williams. Ryan rolls to the left, looks for a receiver. He throws. Dial has it, and he's ridden out of bounds on the 8-yard line by quarterback Joe Tranchini. Rice moving the ball. 4 minutes, 24 seconds left in the third quarter. Williams flanks to the right. Ryan rolls to the right. Passes to Williams, who's in there for a touchdown. A beautiful play, and of course, these Texas fans are really cheering. Quarterback King Hill comes back into the ball game. He's the kicker for the Rice team. It'll be up to him to go for that extra point. Well, everybody's in agreement as Rice finally gets on the scoreboard. Now here's King Hill. He makes it good. The score is now Navy 20, Rice 7. Some of the thousands of cars here at the Cotton Bowl as King Hill kicks off for Rice. Brandquist and Swanson are deep for Navy. Brandquist takes the kick back to the 26-yard line. He's hard to bring down. Quarterback Tranchini hands off to the left halfback, Ronnie Brentz. He gets nowhere. That Rice line, after scoring a touchdown, is really charging. Navy's ball on the 27. Tranchini swinging to the left. Cuts in as he gets to about the 32-yard line. Kramer, number 57, made the tackle. Tranchini rolling to the left, shoots one downfield, intended for the right end, but it was knocked down by halfback Williams. Incomplete. Navy will have to kick. Williams and Hill are back as double safety men. And Swanson does the punting, gets off a beautiful kick. It rolls downfield all the way down to the 4-yard line. Hill lets the ball roll, and it'll be Rice's ball on their own 4. Hill calling signals. This time he runs the keeper play, gets to about the 9-yard line. But there was a flag on that one, and a backfield and motion penalty called against Rice. That moves the ball back to the Rice 1-yard line. King Hill looks the situation over, calls signals, and using a keeper play, gets out to the 2 before he's forced back. There's not much running room in there. Now, Hill back to pass from his own end zone. Throws one down to the left end to Buddy Dial, but it was incomplete. Hill hands off this time to halfback Bobby Williams through an opening out to the 10-yard line. Rice decides they better get that ball out of there. So Hill, the punter, is back in his own end zone. High pass in center, but he gets off a good boot. It's taken at the 46 by Brandquist. He's hit and dropped on the 49-yard line by Miller. This ends the third quarter with the score Navy 20, Rice 7. In the final period, Navy again moves into Rice territory. Forrestal hands off to fullback Wellborn, who crosses the 25 to the 24-yard line. White making the tackle. It's a first down for Navy. Navy quarterback Tom Forrestal calls signals, rolls out to the left, ball on the hip, shoots it down to Oldham on the 19. The Navy halfback and team captain gets to the Rice 14 before Williams and Gillis make the stop. Another first down for Navy. Here's Tom Forrestal. Watch that number 18. He rolls out to his left. He's hit. The pass is almost intercepted. McGraw had his hands on the ball, but he couldn't hold it. He was clear if he could have held the ball. Forrestal looking into a 9-man Rice line. This time is calling the signal of fullback Ray Wellborn. Left guard is the spot he hits. He gets to the 4, tackled by White and Gorges. With an 8-man line in front of him, Forrestal this time calls the play for the right halfback, Harry Hurst, number 34. Hurst advances to the 3-yard line, but Bobby Williams and Jones are there to meet him. Now with that big line of Rice out in front, Forrestal calls signals, rolls to his right. He's going to throw the ball. He does, but it's knocked down, and Rice takes over on downs. Rice quarterback Ryan moves to the right on the keeper play, gets to the 9-yard line. But Rice is offside, takes the ball back to the 4. This time, Ryan pitches back to Spear. He turns the corner and gets to about the 12-yard line. He's tackled by Ray Wellborn. With an exchange of fumbles and a series of running plays and passes, Rice later drives deep into Navy territory. Rice quarterback Ryan with King Hill in at left halfback. Ryan drops back and passes deep, intended for Hill in the end zone. He makes the catch, but it was beyond the end zone and does not count. So the ball goes back out to play from the point of scrimmage. Now here's Ryan again. He's back to pass. Throws this time intended for Buddy Dial, but it's incomplete. Had his hands on it at the 13, but he couldn't hang on. Now Ryan fades the throw, fires one over the center to Hill. He gets down to the 8-yard line. Ryan, the quarterback, rolls to the left, and he fires to Buddy Dial, who's forced out of bounds. The clock is stopped here with 3 seconds left. And Ryan, keeping the ball, tries to get in there, but he's stopped on the 2-yard line as the gun ends the ball game. The final score, Navy 20, Rice 7. It has certainly been a thrilling game. Say, how's your score in life? Are you winning, or is the score against you? The Navy trains its men in a winning way of life, both on the football field and off. Be a winner. Be a Navy man. See your Navy recruiter today. An important addition to the Academy facilities is the Navy Marine Corps Memorial Stadium, which will be finished in the fall of 1959. The new stadium is being built in honor of all Navy and Marine Corps personnel who have served and are serving. Here's one of the most important training areas for the Navy winning team, the United States Naval Academy at Annapolis, Maryland. Here, in the hallowed halls of this fine institution, Navy leaders are born. No facet of a young naval officer's education is left untouched, up to the time he graduates and his ensign shoulder boards are pinned on by his lady. Then, on to serve with the fleet as a U.S. naval officer.